We can start now. Start this session.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Swagatam. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vihata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalayas Sada Bhautame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana On Nama Iti Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani Ai Un Rilruk E Ong Ai Ouch Hayavarat Lan Nyamanga Na Nam Jabain Garadash Jabagaradash Kapa Cha Cha Tha Cha Cha Tav Kapai Sha Sha Sar Hal Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. Some corrections from last time. Firstly, I think after the class, Karthik showed me that this Dhatu Vritti is available online. The Dhatu Vritti is available online, not in the edition that we are using, which I like better. But anyway, in this Brown University, they have this Dhatu Vritti, this website. I don't know if I hope you can see it. It is the www.language.brown.edu /Sanskrit /Vyakarana /Dhatu Patha. So this is the way you can get the Dhatu Vritti online. It's basically a photocopy of, I think, it's the edition from Mysore. That's the one they put online. But it's good. At least it's there online. So if you go to this website, you can get the Dhatu Vritti online. It is not the edition from the Ramlal Kapoor Trust, which I like better because it is less typos and there are more like indices at the back and more footnotes. It's also later edition, so that one has more corrections. But this one is also good, so I can show you the Dhatu Vritti in the class also, thanks to Karthik. I think so. Here is the Dhatu Vritti index. So you can just click on the index, and you'll get all the dhatus over here. So you can click on any dhatu. I'll give you, for example, today we'll start with the dhatu, I think, Ru, which I made a mistake also last time. I can correct that also. But so you can also jump to a particular. This is the Akaradi Suchi. Look at the top. You can jump to a particular vowel or letter, and you can go there quickly. So you have the dhatu Ru will be there. So you can go to this one and look at it. So we'll be using this one now, because again, this is not the one that I prefer, but it's available online. So we'll use this one. Let me see. Okay. See, it comes on a different tab. So it comes here. It is here. It is see, Dhatu Ru came over here. That's number one. It's available online, not in an editable format. You cannot copy paste from here, but it is still, you have the photocopy and you can jump to any dhatu, which is good. So it's good for us to use in the class. Second thing is, I think I made a comment last time which is not correct. I thought there was a typo in this Dhatu Vritti book of the Vijayapala Vidyavaridhi, but there's no typo there. I was looking at page 644. We were looking at the Dhatu Tan last time, if you remember. In the beginning of the class last time, we were looking at the Dhatu Tan. And there, in fact, on page 644, after he finished everything, let me pull it up here. Let me try to pull it up on this one also, so we can see it. So if you can go to the Dhatu index and go under the Takaraha, Tan Dhatu, and you can go on Tanu Vistare, Tanadi Ganaha. You can click on that, and it'll give you the page for Dhatu Tan. So we were looking at this last time. Again, this will not match the page number of this other edition. But anyway, we were looking at, as I said to you, he'll finish all the Lakara Prakriya in the Dhatu Vritti. And then after that, he will go to the Sannanta, then the Yanganta, and then the then the Nijjanta. So as Karthik pointed out, this is in the Ashtadhyayi order. The Ashtadhyayi order, because in the Ashtadhyayi, very quickly, you can see that first Panini brings up if you look at, because 3.132 is Sanadyanta Dhatavaha, all the derived dhatus, right? So within that, though, but Panini first brings the San Pratyaya, 3, 1, 5, 6, 7. Then below he brings the young pratyaya in 22. And then in 25, 26, he covers the nich pratyaya. So that's the order in which the Sarnacharya takes the dhatu vritti. In the Kaumudi, the nich is more common, so nich comes first, then the Sananta pratyaya will come second, and then the young Ganta will come last. Anyway, so we were looking at that last time, and here he gives the forms, 3 forms here. Tita Nishati. We did this last time, just recapping and correcting one comment which I made last time. Tita Nishati, Titaum Sati, Titaum Sati. And he gives a sutram, Tani, Pati, and Daridra, Upasankhanam. So this was a sutram which we looked at last time. And this was the Vartikam on 7249, because 7249 quickly is gave a list of dhatus. List of dhatus with id vikalpaha. Remember in the 7.2 from 44 to 51 is the weight dhatus, vikalpaha. So this one is for 49 is about the sanant in the sunny parataha. Then ivanta and these dhatus over here, all of these, but in this dhatu tan is not there. So we went to the Vyakhyanam and found that there was like a Vartikam there which extends the list. It's called the Atidesha. So let's look at that quickly. 7 to 49. We were looking at that list of these dhatus. So it says Ivantanam dhatunam Ridhu Bhrashcha Dambhu Shri Sru Yu Urnu Bhara Nyapi Sani Sun iti ete sham. This is also confusing with dhatu is sun, pratyaya also is sun. Anyway, this was the list given in the sutram. But then below they made a comment, Kechid atra bhara nyapi sani tani pati daridranam iti patanti. This is the extension of this sutram, which we went through last time. So that we got those 3 forms. So he does that over here. He says tani pati daridranam upasankhanam. Again, these Vartikams will not have the wording will be slightly different sometimes. So here he puts it as Tani Pati Daridranam Upasankhanam. Upasankhanam means they should be included in that list. So Tani, Dhatu Tan, Pat and Daridra should be included in that list. So we got Iti Id Vikalpaha. And then Tanoter Vibhasha Iti Jali Sani Va Dirghatvam. That was the 6-4-17 which we saw last time. So that was fine. But then this is the line which I made a wrong comment. It says Evam Tangi Api Trai Rupyam. There's no typo here. It's correct. Evam Tangi Api. This is on page 644 of the Ramlal Kapoor Trust book. So Evam Tangi Api Trai Rupyam. Tangi means this is the Ta Atam Ja. This is the Atmane Padam. Atmane Padam. So basically, because remember this dhatu tanu vistare, right? Tanu vistare is a ubhayapadi dhatu. Ubhayapadi dhatu tanu vistare. So and he might even give here, why it is ubhayapadi. But it is ubhayapadi dhatu. And then because if you look at the dhatu patha, he starts with the sanute, because the first list of dhatus here is ubhayapadi dhatus over here. So, in fact, if you give me a second, we can even see why it's ubhayapadi. Lokiti, Titanishati, Tanva, Tanve, Tano, Tanadibhya, Sarvadhatu, Iti Gunaha, Vakaradamlo, Tascha Pratyaha. Okay, in fact, what we can also do is that we can go to the dhatu patha, which we haven't here. There's also dhatu patha here. Let's look at what Tanu has over here. Tanu vistare. So Tanu, let's say Tanu. So dhatu Tanu vistare. It is Satanadigana. It's ubhayapadi. See, it's ubhayapadi dhatu. This ubhayapadi dhatu is probably the swara on the dhatu is the swarita. That's what it might be. In fact, if you look at the dhatu patha, shrunute, kshanu, kshunoti, all these dhatu in the beginning of the eighth gana, this is, okay. If you look at the dhatu patha, in fact, let me see if we can show it here on the book to you. If you go for a couple of pages, after about the 8th dhatu, there'll be a comment, there's a comment that tanadayaha udattaha swaritetaha, swaritetaha. So that's what it is. Okay, after the dhatu grinu, next one I think. Okay, it's from the prior page. Can go to the prior page. Okay, see here he says tanadayaha, means these 7 dhatus from tan down to the dhatu grinu. Udattaha, swaritetaha, swaritetaha. Udattaha means they are, they are said dhatus because of 7 to 10, right? Ekacha upadesha anudattat in nishedha is udattaha. Udatta means the dhatu swara, the tanu on the akara of tan, that has udatta swara. That tells you that 7 to 10 will not apply, so it will allow the idagamaha. And swaritetaha means that it is going to be an ubhayapadi dhatu. So this is the caption that tells us it's going to be ubhayapadi, because again we'll go back to 7 to 44. Over here it says swarati, suti, suyati, dhui, udito va. So this is, I'm sorry, in the wrong section. We got to go to ubhayapadi, we got to go to 1.3 in the wrong section. 1.3 around 70. Okay, here it is. Swarita, swarita nyataha katsabhipraye kriyaphale. So when you have swarita, it is swarita, it means basically it is ubhayapadi. Which of course technically it means that katsabhipraye kriyaphale atmanepadam, and the other case padam, but that distinction is not followed. So it basically means it's ubhayapadi. Technically it's supposed to mean if the fruit of the action accrues to a doer, it's supposed to be atmanepadam, padam, but that is the distinction which is not followed anymore. So these dhatus which have swarita, it letter, or if they have this chavarga panchama it letter, they become ubhayapadi. Anyway, so tan was in that, has swarita, swaritetaha. So this dhatu tan was like that. So ubhayapadi dhatu. So the comment which was made, which was not a typo from last time, which is this one, what he says, evam tangi api trairupyam, means even in the atmanepadam there will be 3 forms. That's what he said. So this is not a typo. I think yangi api. This is correct. Tangi api. So you'll get again the 3 forms. So what will you get? The same thing which you got over here, which is tita nishati, will become tita nishate, titam sate, titam sate. So they'll be all the same form. So maybe we can just inaugurate today's document is that Tanu Vistare. So Tanu Vistare is, so Dhatu Vritti page, this page number I'm going to put is from the Ramlal Kapoor Trust book, Dhatu Vritti, page 644 is not a typo. This Tanu is ubhayapadi. Swariteta, swariteta, swariteta. So it becomes ubhayapadi, ubhayapadi. Ubhayapadi. So we'll also get these from last time. If you take those forms we had before. So what he says, tangi api trairupyam, means the same 3 forms come in the atmanepadam also. So we'll take these forms. It says titanishati will become titanishate. I mean, all the exactly same steps. So it doesn't give any more details. The same steps. So we get titanishate, and then you'll also get the other 2 which we had last time in the prasnapadam, which was titam sati, titam sati. They'll become like that. So okay. Okay. So that was one thing I want to correct from last time. It was not a typo in the book. I was just not reading it correctly. So that's one thing with the recordings. We don't want typos and errors as far as possible. Of course, we have the usual disclaimer that anything that I say is only pending verification from the Siddhanta Kaumudi or the Kashika. So don't accept anything what I say unless you can confirm that as far as possible. I mean, you can take it to the starting point, but the Kaumudi is pramanam for us, not what I say. Okay, the next thing which I kind of made a mistake towards the end was that we look at dhatu ru, and the sutram. Let's go to the sutram over here. It is 7-2. As usual, we first start with the id vyavastha, see what is the situation, because that triggers other operations which we saw last time. So, okay, 7-2. So dhatu ru, which is given in the book. Dhatu ru thing is 7-2, 41, 42, 42, Jastasvad. So because in the book, if you look at the book where we were last time, we were looking at the sets of dhatus. So he was talking about, okay, we were over here, somewhere here, which is, okay, this dhatu ru, kru, gru, this is a typo in the book, should be dhru, dhru, pu, smi, and pracha are said. So it's a 7, 2, 74, 75. So look at the list carefully. What you'll find is that there's the 7274 has smi, puing, ru also is there. Ru, then anj, and ashu. So if you look at the list 7274, let's go to 727. This online Kashika unfortunately has a little bit of I think a typo here, 7274. So the sutram is fine. But if you look at the Kashika on 7274, the dhatu ru is actually in that list. In 7274, smi, puing, ru, anju, ashu, iti sham. So here they missed out. They put the smeing is correct, puing, and the dhatu ru is under there. You see that it is under there? So this is really smeing, puing. Should put ru separately over here, separately. So maybe I'll copy this. So this is where I think towards the end of the class, I didn't mention correctly that this dhatu ru is also in 7274. So 7274 includes the dhatu ru, which is so 7274 has this list. So maybe we'll start with that one today. 7274 includes ru dhatu also. Ru. Okay, the whole list is like this. It is smeing. So this what happened here was this dhatu puing was given. And then below that, it was the this ru should be mentioned separately. So that was the problem last time. Okay, and then ru is here. Okay, so it's like that. That's the whole list in 7274. So we have dhatu smeing, puing, ru, anju, ashu. This is the list. Okay, let's start with dhatu ru today and see what we can do. For now, we are going to get ajadi dhatu. It's going to be nice because we get this. Now you understand why the sanyangoho in 619 is a shashti vibhakti. Because when you have an ajadi dhatu, what's going to happen is, just to briefly, all this abhyasa karya when we do, we are using 619 sanyangoho, and there the adhikara can start from 611, and 611 says ekacho dve prathamasya. That's correct, which we use most of the time but then it says ajade dvitiyasya. So, why doesn't 612 apply most of the time? Because to apply 612, you have to have ajadi dhatu, which is anekach. Ajadi dhatu anekach, because even if it's ajadi, if it's not anekach, if it's only ekach, then there's no dvitiya. Because ajade dvitiyasya. So if you have ajadi dhatu, which is anekach. Now to find a dhatu part of dhatu, which is anekach ajadi, is almost like, I think there's only one dhatu that I know of, it's called urnu. Not like urnu. There's a dhatu called urnu. That's ajadi dhatu anekach. So the nu will duplicate, not the first part. But what happens is when you put the sun pratyaha, if you have any ajadi dhatu, when the sun comes in there, right, the sun is the sakara with the akaraha. It will now become, the entire thing will become a anekach dhatu. It will also be ajadi. So these are the places in these derived dhatus, sometimes also in the changi. So when we do later on in the last lesson of this book. So these places you'll get more of the situations where the 612 will apply. For a shuddha dhatu to get applied to 612 to apply in a shuddha dhatu is going to be difficult, because there are not many dhatus which are ajadi anekach. Very, very few. Maybe one, maybe maybe a handful at the most. But this one, when we are doing this san pratyaha, so let's start with the dhatu ru. see where we can get to. Because we are on this line now on page 104. We are trying to do this line over here. Roots ending in u, ru, and ru are anit. First of all, why is that? Because last time we saw the sutram, which is shukashkiti, was 7-2. Again, this id vyavastha is the main thing. Once we get past that hurdle, then the rest of it is kind of easy for us now. Because here, this shukashkiti, the dhatu ending dhatu shri, and the one ending in uk, means urulru. They are they don't allow an idagamaha with the pratyaya following is kit. Okay. Below that, sani graha guhoscha. Sani graha guhoscha. So when san pratyaya is used, then all these uganta dhatus as well as graha and guha, these two, all of these will not allow the idagamaha. So that's where this book is starting from. That's why first he's saying that u, ru, are anit. So because in uk pratyahara. Okay, uk. Except this dhatu ru. Now why did we get that? Because of 7-74. We just saw that 7-74 is telling us the list of dhatus, which is the smi, puing, ru, anju, and then ashu, anjvasham, anju and ashu. So these are, we'll take idagama sani. So let us now try to follow from the dhatu vritti and see how he handles that. Okay. So let's go here in the dhatu ru. Okay, and then I think we already have it here, and then bring that one and see how we take that. Okay, the dhatu ru is over here. Now, as I said, first he'll give the lakara prakriya, richati, etc. He'll go all the way down here. Richatu, vadi, gunaha, praramshat, shlau, okay, I think we have to go to the next page. Next page for this. Okay, here it is now. Now follow from over here. Ari rishati. Ari rishati. Okay. Then he gives the sutram. Smi puing ru anju anjvasham sani iti it. So smi puing ru anju ashu. This asham is, this is declined. So Karthik, what's the pradipati come here? In the smi puing ru anju ashu. I think anju ash only. It's very simple.
Anju ash.
Anju ash, yes, sorry. Shashti, it is Bahuvachanam, Sani. And we can read the vritti of that also. Let's go to read the vritti of 7.2. Iti etesham dhatu nam Sani idagamo bhavati. So when the sun comes in connection with these dhatus, right, then it takes the idagamaha. So, okay. So let's now follow what the dhatu vritti is saying. He gives a sutram 7-74. Again, unfortunately, this edition does not give the numbers, but 7-74, iti it. Atra ru iti bhavadika jauhotyadika yor dvayor api grahanam. So what he's saying that now? So what he's saying is that in this 7-74, the ru was mentioned. The ru comes in two ganas. It comes in the Bhvadi Gana and the Juhotyadi Gana. It comes in first Gana and the third Gana also. So what is clarifying for us is that this 7-74 includes both of them. So he says that Ru iti bhavadika jauhotyadikayor dvayor api grahanam. See, these are all tadhita because bhuvadi gana become bhavadika. Bhavadika means belonging to the bhuvadi gana. So bhavadika and jauhotyadika is belonging to the third gana. Yor dvayor api grahanam. Richati rutam itivat. Another sutram also is there, richati rutam. Also same thing has happened there also. And he says, atra dvirvachanat purvam gune raparatve ajade dvitiyasya iti rishabdasya dvirvachanam. Okay, let's now follow what is. This is the important line over here. Dvirvachanat purvam. So what he's talking about? He's talking about, of course, 619 dvirvachanam, right? Which is sanyango. We just saw that. So dvirvachanat purvam. Before dvirvachanam can be done, what he's saying? He's saying gune raparatve. So what he said. So, Dirvachanat Purvam, Gune Raparat. These are the books you should be reading, by the way. Read these kinds of books, which are perfect knowledge, rather than reading some English book or something in your hand. Those are also good. But if you can understand this, it will really open up the road, to get proper authorized knowledge, from these kind of texts. So, Gune Raparatve. So, Gune Raparatve, Rapara means, of course, Uran Raparaha, that's easy. Now, Gunaha. So, Guna also, of course, has to be the Sarvadhataka, Ardha Dhataka Yoho, Gunaha. So, that's what he's saying. Ajadi Dvitiyasya iti Rishabdasya Dirvachanam. Okay, so let's start that. Let's take that what he's saying. So, let us go here. Let us put the Dhatu Ru, take the Pratyaya San. So, of course, we first have to, of course, remind ourselves, Pratyaya San is coming from 317. So, it says 317. Which says dhatoho karmanaha samana kartrikad ichchayam va. All these important dhatus, important sutras, repeat them many, many times. Uchchaihi, shanaihi, varam varam patanam. Dhatoho karmanaha samana kartrikad ichchayam va. So that's our first step always in any Sananda Prakriya. So let's start that. So let's take dhatu ru. Alright. So ru, and let's add the pratyaya san. In the sun, of course, the halantyam, the nakara is in it, but the akara is not in it. It's going to be important now. You will see why. So, of course, because of halantyam. Okay. So now, idagamaha, we already talked about 7 to 74. It's specifically saying when the sun is in connection with dhatu ru, then it takes the idagamaha. So we can do that. So we'll now take this one and make it into Ru, I, Sa. Okay. Now, let's remind us one more thing. You have to check 1 to 8 to 1 to 10. And also, before doing Guna Adeshaha, you check, so you can say, Ayam San Pratyaya Kit Asti Vanava Iti Nishchetavyam. Means you have to make sure this San Pratyaya has a kit or not. Now, what makes it a kit? There are these 3, 4 rules, right? 1 to 8 to 1 to 10. To remind you again, between 1 to 8 and 1 to 26, Panini defines what is a kit, what is a nit. If not specifically marked, many things become kit nit by these set of rules from 1 to 1 to 1 to 26. Of course, the one that we use all the time is Sarvadhatakam Apit. Also, Asanyuga Litkita, we use these two all the time. But here is one which talks about the San Pratyaya, 1 to 8, Rida, Vida, Musha, Grahi, Sapi, Pracha, Samshcha. It's not in that list. Then Eko-Jhal. Eko-Jhal was the one to watch out for. Which says Jhaladi San Kitsyat. We have an ik, of course, because Ayan Rul so E Rul. So that will ik we have, but we don't have a Jhaladi San. That's why this id Vyavastha is the very first business to clear, because it all trickles into these rules. So Eko-Jhal did not apply. So 1 to 9 does not apply because Atra Jhaladi San Nasti. So that is why we can now happily apply our guna by 7384 and make it into Uran Raparaha, of course, make it Ar, I, Sa. So what we did was we applied 7 Sarvadhatuk Ardhataka Yoho because of the fact that no 1 to 9 because of Idagamaha. So this is how it all links together. And then we have 151. So we can Arisa. We basically got the form Arisa is what we have. Arisa. Okay. Now let's go back to the Dhatu Vritti and see follow from there. What he said was that okay. Richati Rutam Dirvachanat Purvam Gune Raparatve. Now why Dirvachanat Purvam? How come Dirvachanam was not done first? Because clearly it is always a parakaryam. But 619 is saying that is a later rule, is an earlier rule. I'm sorry, to the guna. Guna adesha is 7384, and Dirvachanam is from 619. It says Ajari Dvitiyasya iti Rishabdasya Dirvachanam. So now we do the Dirvachanam, and we get the Rishabdasya. Okay, see now what's happening, we have an Anekach Dhatu Ajadi. So Anekach Ajadi Dhatu. Because of what? Because of Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. By 3132, this entire thing has got the Dhatu Sanya now. Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. It is also Ajadi. It's also Anekach. So now comes 612 is going to say Ajader Dvitiyasya. So the second Ekach Bhag, Dvitiya Ekach, Dvitiyasya Ekach Bhagasya, Dvittam Bhavati. It can become double. So now you leave the second Ach is the Ikaraha. Ikaraha. You take the consonants on both sides. So the ris will take Abhyasaha. So now we're going to see when we apply 619, we are going to get a ris, so like that. So ris bhaga took abhyasa because here the ikara is taking abhyasa. Prior to the ikara you have the repha, following that you have sakaraha. Okay, so that's the bhagas a, ri, risa. And of course now haladi sheshaha, that sakara will go. So we used 612, 619. So 12, 619, and then we do haladi sheshaha, and we now get the dhatu a, ri, sa. That's what he's saying in the dhatu vritti. He's saying that ri shabdasya richati rutam ri shabdasya dirvachanam. Of course, the saka halantyam it is gone. So halantyam sakara is gone. So ri shabdasya dirvachanam. Okay. Now he raises one objection though. So actually our job is kind of done. We got the form now, Ari Risa. So our final form which is given, he already starts with the answer in the beginning. So already answer he given us what? Ari Rishati. Ari Rishati. So we can finish it off, Ari Rishati. Ari Rishati, we just now of course do the final step. We do the Adesha Pratyayoho, Murdanya Shaka Adeshaha. Ari Ri Shati. We did all the steps last time, being the lat, lasya becomes tip, being the shap, ato gune, being the ekadesha. We did all that last time, so we won't repeat the same steps. Basically what I'm talking about is that here we already did this, these steps you won't repeat anymore because they are the simple steps. Once the dhatu is formed, like for example, here we shap, tip, etc., all those steps, we will not, let's see, where we first do that. I think we did them here. Okay. The shap and tip we won't repeat this anymore. The shap comes, tip comes, the shap becomes the ato gune ekadeshaha. Okay, so all that is common thing from last time. So we want aririshati. Only thing special thing here, of course, is the adesha pratyayoho, because the sakara is a pratyaya avayavaha. It's a part of a pratyaya. Is in preceding that become aririshati. Okay, we are done. But there is one objection that he raises, which Madhava says, Saranacharya says, that Dirvachane achi iti natra sthanivatvam sanyangoho ityasya shashtyantatvat. Now what is he talking about? Okay, Dirvachane achi. Dirvachane achi, what is it saying? That was saying that if there is a ajari pratyaha, which is a nimittam for dvitvam, and if you're going to do an ajjadesha, that ajjadesha has to wait. Dvitve kartavye. So don't do an ajjadesha if there is a dvitvam has to be done first. Now why did that not apply here? Because what did we have? We have this situation where we had ar-isa, right? We had in fact here we have ru-isa. So its pratya is ajadi. We have to do an ajjadesha because the guna is coming in place of ru. So this pratya is the nimittam for dvittam also, because sanyangoho. So everything in 1159 seems to be satisfied. So we should have really done is questioning why we didn't do the abhyasa first. Why we did this guna karyam first, which is ajjadesha, which is caused by an ajadi pratyaya. So let's look at this 1159 virvachane chi. So 1159, if you go to the vritti of that 1159, but then he also answers that question for you, why we didn't do that. So this is virvachane chi. Says, okay. Now there's a slight difference between Siddhanta Kaumudi and Kashika. There's a small difference here. What Kashika says is that you do the ajyadesha, but it will have sthanivat bhava. But Siddhanta Kaumudi is even easier. It says that Dvitva nimitte achi. Dvitva nimitte. So let's take the Siddhanta Kaumudi paksha, which is easier for us. Dvitva nimitte. Generally speaking, when there's a conflict between the Kashika Siddhanta Kaumudi, as a general rule, take the Siddhanta Kaumudi. But that is the, because as it says in Vyakarana, Uttarottaram Pramanam. Uttarottaram means that any Vyakarana which comes later has more Pramanyam than the prior ones. Because they have along with the Shishtas are there, they have the advantage of seeing all the earlier works and refining on them, So that is why this is the Siddhanta Kaumudi Kashika, generally when they clash like that. Of course, it doesn't make a difference in most of the cases. 95% there is no clash. But here in some of the small cases, you can go with the Kaumudi. The Dvitva nimittechi, achaha adeshaha, no, Dvitve kartavye, which everything is satisfied in our situation. We have the pratyaya isa with the idagamaha. It is a Dvitva nimittam, because sanyango, the sun pratyaya is causing the Dvitvam. It is ajadi pratyaya. We're doing an ajadesha in place of the rukaraha. And ajadesha na kartavya, Dvitve kartavye. So why did this not apply is the question. Why did we not use this? And then he answered that question, says that sanyangoho ityasya shashtyantatvat. We already mentioned this in the class last time, is that the sanyangoho is a shashti, not a saptami. Unlike the prior sutram, which is the liti dhaturunabhyasasya, that's a saptami, clearly, liti. When lit pratyaya follows, the dhatu takes dhuttam. But here, we take the entire sananta dhatu and the entire dhatu takes dhuttam with the san pratyaya. So this is a shashti bhakti. So this term takes dhuttam. Not when san follows, do dhuttam for the dhatu. So sanyangoho iti shashtyantatvat. So what that means for our example is that this entire thing, ru isa, is going to be subject to dhuttam. So that is the reason why this has to be finished first. Then only dhuttam can be done. So that's how we said that we bypass the durvachanechi. So anyway, in this prakriya there were two important things. The first thing is that we got a ajadi dhatuho, anekach. So the dvitiyasya ekacha bhagasya dhuttam. So this re became re risa. That's first thing. So we use 612. Which normally we don't see it being used. Now you understand why. One of the reasons why the sun is, taken as the with the akara. Of course, in this case it probably won't make a difference, but in other cases it makes difference. So 612 we found that that's one of the important things. And the other thing is that the dirvachana echi was not used because this sanyangoho is shashti. So shashti. Okay. Maybe I put that over here. So 1159. Did not come in because this 619, the sanyangoho, that is in a shashtyantam. Sanyangoho. That is shashtyantam, shashtyantam. Not saptami is falling like that. That's shashtyantam. Shashtyantam padam, shashtyantatvat, shashtyantam. Okay, sanyango. Alright, so that is what the issue was. So that's what the dhatu ru. Again, last time I made a mistake because I was looking at the 7274. I don't look at it correctly last time. So this 7274 does have dhatu ru in there. That's how it became to idagamaha. And even though the shuka sthiti and even though 7-12 specifically saying that Uggantas, don't allow Vidagama in sun, but it specifically 7-74 is saying that the Ru Dhatu will allow Vidagama when sun follows. So that's what's done. Okay, let's go back to the book. So this was the correction from last time. First thing is that this one available to you online, Dhatu Vritti. It's a pretty good resource that we have. Second thing is that there was not a typo in the Tanadi, which I thought last time. Third thing is that Dhatu Ru is there in 7-74. We just did the whole prakriya right now. Let's see what the next Dhatu says. Next Dhatu says is that Kru, Gru, Dhru, Pu. These are all in the 7 to 74. So if you look at the, I think we can do this quickly now because we already did. Let's do one of them in detail. Let's take Dhatu Kru. Let's do one of them in detail. The others are going to be similar thing that only. So Kru, go to the have to go to Kakara over here and Dhatu Kru. Dhatu Kru. Let's see. Dhatu Kru, Kiki, Kru. This also might be in 2 ganas possibly. So let's see. Different Karane, Kriti. Okay, Kru Vikshepe. Let's take this one. Kru Vikshepe. Let's try this one. Tudadi, Kru Vikshepe. Let's see if he gives. Okay. Because one more thing, by the way, if these dhatus come in 2 ganas, then you want to take the one which comes earlier in the Grantha, because there he will go in details. Later on, he will not repeat it. Because this doesn't depend what gana it is. The gana vikarana matra nasti. So, ganashita bheda nasti. There is no bheda in the sananda prakriya depend on the gana vikaranam. Because why is that? Because that's only sarva dhatuke. Because kartri shab ityadi sarva dhatuke eva. San pratyaha ardha dhatuka sanyakaha. Tasmad ganashita bheda nasti. There's no bheda. So if it's going to come in 2 ganas, you want to take the earlier one and take it like that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Kru Vikshepe. Let's see if he gives the okay, here he gives the form. Chika Rishati. Chika, so you already got the answer. Chika Rishati. Idagamaha Spashtam Drishyate. You can see Idagama over here. Let's follow what he's saying now. Sani Graha Guhoscha iti cha shabdat uganta lakshana in nishedhe prapte tad apavadaha it saniva iti vikalpe cha prapte kirascha panchabhyaha iti nityam it. Okay, one more time. Sanigrahoscha iti cha shabdat uganta lakshane in nishedhe prapte. So let's, what is that? We just saw that right now, right? We just saw that one, which is the 7 to 12. Sanigraha Guhoscha. So this is how now we get to practice the sutras. You know, they stick in your head when you practice them more. Is that Shuka Kiti was coming down, and because so what he's saying is that is Sanigraha Guhoscha. So there's a cha away. The cha brings in the ugantas also in this 7 to 12. So what he's saying is Sani Graha Goscha iti cha shabdat, because Graha Guhoscha. Cha shabdat uganta lakshana in nishedhe prapte. Uganta lakshana in nishedha means this uk was coming down from 7 to 11, so it was going to be a in nishedhe prapte, that the nishedha is going to be applicable now. Prap means applicable. It applies here. And then he says, so that was the situation. And then one more thing he says, tadapavadaha it saniva iti vikalpe cha prapte. Where is that, Karthik, you think? It saniva iti vikalpe cha prapte. So you know, we saw vrutova last time.
Rutova.
Below the it saniva. So this is saying that it saniva is from dhatu ending dhatu vru and dhatu ending in long ru. Dhatu kru is ending in long ru. So this it sanivati vikalpe cha prapte. Vikalpa also is prapte. So not only first we had the nishedha from this one 7 to 12. 7 to 12, correct. Sanigraha goshita in nishedhe prapte. So iglakshana means this shuka kiti is coming down. Ukkuka is coming down. Nishedhe prapte. Then it sanivati vikalpe cha prapte. So when these two are coming, and finally he says what he gives is that, you see how beautifully he takes you through all the entire chain, you know, which all of us could have applied in this situation. It sanivati vikalpe cha prapte, kirascha panchabhyaha, nityam it. So finally, kirascha panchabhyaha, clearly Panini specifically mentioned it is, you know, it is the vishesha vidhanam. So kir, the dhatu kru, etc. Kirascha panchabhyaha. This will take the idagamaha nityam. So I think that's 7 to 75. 7 to 75 kirascha panchabhyaha. These 5 dhatus starting with dhatu kru, they will take in nityam. So this was the study. That's what I was saying in the beginning of the class itself 2 weeks ago, that this is the hard part in Sananda Prakriya. You have to get a hang of these Sutra and 7.2. Once we do that, rest is easy. So Shukasthiti, Anuvritti of Book coming into Sani Graha Guhoscha. This is what we have to practice. Sani Graha Guhoscha is also a good way to practice this. Id Prakaranam is, worth studying many times because it comes in many situations. And one of the most complicated ones is this one, is Sun. So, Graha Guhoscha iti id nishede prapte, then id saniva iti vikalpecha prapte, tat paschat Krishna Panchabhya iti nityam it. So we got that. Now we can finish it off. Now it's not hard after that. Then he gives Krishna nityam it asya dirghattam na icchanti iti vamanaha. So vamanaha. I think this is the vamanaha is sort of the Kashika. He's taking haradattopi ishtir eva iyam iti. So now what he's talking about is that can we get the Vaikalpika Dirghattam? Now where are we talking about the Vrutova? The Vrutova was telling is that when these dhatus, the dhatu Vru and any Rukaranta dhatu, they will take the Dirghattam Vikalpena. They will become, the Idagama becomes Dirgha Vikalpena, Vrutova. Because remember, Grahilito dirgha. Graholiti dirgha. So dhatu grah comes in chapter 16 of Gita, right? Grihitva, mohad grihitva sadgrahan. Pravartantis chivrata. I think I mentioned to you on the last class also. Remember this sutram. Graholiti dirgha. So mohad grihitva sadgrahan. Pravartantis chivrataha. Mohad Grihitva Sadgrahan. Here it's Grihitva. This chapter 16, number 10. When you chant the shlokaha, Mohad Grihitva Sadgrahan, Pravartanti Sichivrataha. This is Graholiti Dirgha. So immediately this is the next step for us now, is that when we chant the Gita, in our mind, the sutram should flash, Graholiti Dirgha. You can at least, maybe you can mark in your book, whatever. So that was which is coming, and the next sutram says Vrutova. And the question is that now, will this take dirgha now or not? Because so the Vrutova iti Vaikalpikam dirghattam praptam. And now because this Kirascha Panchabhya was a special rule. See, what the argument here is that this Vrutova dirgha is only for this Samanya id agamaha, which is the Ardhatuka shed valadehe. Then a special vidhanam is there. The question is, should that take dirgha also or not? Here, asmakam atra vyakhyanam eva sharanam. We have to go with the vyakhyanam, what they have to say. So let's look at 7 to 75. I think Kashika might make a comment on this. Let's see what he says, 7 to 75. So Sayanacharya is not making a decision for us, but I think he's 7 to Kirascha Panchabhyaha. Let's see. Okay, so here we see what he says. Kirati giratyoho. So kru and gru. It saniva iti vikalpaha praptaha. Vrutova iti cha. So this is the dirghattam. Asya itaha. Dirghattam na icchanti. This is what was being quoted. As was being quoted dhatu vritti. Remember this Kashika is very old. Kashika is, more than 1,000 years old. This dhatu vritti is about like 600 years old. It's even before Siddhanta Kaumudi. So he is quoting from this Kashika is saying that asya dirghattam na icchanti iti vamanaha. It's quoting from the Kashika that this idagamaha, which is prescribed by Kirascha Panchabhyaha, that does not become dirgha. So we don't get the vikalpa in dirgha. Then one more thing he says. He says is that Haradatta. Who is Haradatta? Haradatta is the famous commentator on the Kashika. Is the Padamanjari. See, Padamanjari, there are two famous commentators on the Kashika, which is one is the Nyasaha and then Padamanjari. So Nyasa is the older commentary. Very nice commentary, very detailed commentary, very beautiful. In fact, if you have any Kashika example, and if you want to get all the steps of how the example came about, you should look at the Nyasa. In fact, here in the Mudgala Kosha, which Shri Aditya Krishnan has over here, He has given the Nyasa commentary over here. I think here it is Nyasa. This is a Nyasa commentary on the Kashika Vritti. There is also a commentary called Padamanjari. The Padamanjari is more authoritative because it comes after Nyasa, and he has made a lot of improvements on Nyasa. So basically Padamanjari is an improved version of Nyasa, is Padamanjari. So that's what has happened. And the one who wrote that is Haradatta Mishra, Haradattaha. So he also says that, commenting on the Kashika, he says that Haradattaha api Ishtir eva yam. Ishti means what? This word Ishti also is kind of technical term. Ishti means like a desire. So this is, of course, Panini we have Sutrani. Panini has Sutrani. Katyayanasya Vartikani. Right? But Bhashyakarasya Ishtayaha. So the Bhashyakara, when he expresses an opinion, he says iti ishyate. This is what is desired. So this is called Ishtis. So this word Ishti means that this is what Patanjali wants. That is what his instruction, you can say, is that this is what should be done in this case. It says Ishtir eva iyam. So this is an Ishtihi. This is what should be followed. This is Bhashya Sammatam should be followed. So that's what he gives. But then there are some other people, Bhagavrittau tu atra api dirgha vikalpa drishyate. Another commentary. So in that commentary says that here also they make dirgha. Anyway, we can just go with this first two, that Pramanam for. We'll go with the Kashika and Haradattaha. We can go, because there's no clear indication. Ashtadhyayi, this is arguable, whether that Vruto va, the vehicle become Dirghatvam, Atra Prapyate Vanava, it is coming in the Sutram or not, because that's the controversy in 7275. So we can put in a document. Let's finish off this form. You want to do a step first, Karthik? Do the steps for us. Dhatu Kuru. Kuru. Let's start with Kuru. Plus Sun, and let's go a little bit faster. We can go Isas. We already used, of course, 317. Dhatu Karmanaha Samana Kritika Ichchayam Va. And Kirascha Panchabhyaha. Again, we saw the other two steps, that 7-2. The Nisheda was coming, Vikalka was coming, finally 7-2-75. And then what can we do?
Abhyasa Karyam. Kru takes Abhyasa.
No. First we have to look at the two things coming first. First is Ruta Dhatoho. That's one. The Ruta Dhatoho, so that is coming first. Then is coming the Sarvadhatika Ardhadhatika Yoho Gunaha. So Paratvat Gunakaryam. So because that the Gunakaryam is 7-3-84. Ruta Dhatoho is 7-1-100. So Paratvat Gunaha. So because this, you have to finish this Antarangam Karyam, because Sanyango is Shashti in 619. Always finish this Karyam between the Dhatu and the Sun Pratyaya first. That's Pashtadyuttam.
Okay.
So we'll now make it, of course, Puranraparaha. So what do we get now? Karisa, right? Karisa. So we applied C7384. Is a later rule compared to the later rule compared to 71100. Later rule. In fact, that's what we did, which we discussed last time, which is because 71100 is a blanket rule. So any dhatu ending in the rukaraha, make it e. But that's only if it survives the guna operation.
Satishji?
Yes.
The kri is dirgha, is it there?
Yeah, this is dirgha. Yeah, this is only for the kirascha panchabhya. This 7275 is only for the dirgha kru, not for the other one. No. So that, by the way, in Gita, you have formed the Chikirshu Loka Sangram, Chikirshu, right? Chikirshu. Now, the dhatu, when you do Chikirshu, there you will get the Ruta dhatu. It will become kir. Maybe we'll do the practice. After we do this, we'll do the practice. We'll do that one also quickly, okay?
When you do the Puranraparaha for kru, would you get kar?
No. See, guna is only adeng gunaha. Adeng gunaha. Not vriddhi is vriddhi radhich. So guna only a, o. Guna will never be akara. It will not get akara in guna.
Okay.
So adeng gunaha. So okay. So kar is okay. Now we can do the abhyaskaram. So now, of course, this is not ajadi. It's aneka, but not ajadi. So what will take abhyas? Only kar, right?
Kar.
So So we'll get kar karisa, kar karisa, which is of course sanyangoho, shashti. All right. Now then of course haladishesha,
हलादिशेषात् संज्ञतः
kuhoshchuhu sanyataha, kuhoshchuhu sanyataha. So we'll get chi. In fact, we can finish the whole thing off because chik, we did this many times already now. Chik ri shati. So let's save some time. So we did the haladishe shah, which is 7460. We did the kuhosh chuhu, which is 62. And then of course finally when we went to the tripadi karim, we did adesha pratyaya. So chikarishati, chikarishati. Of course, no, sorry, sanyataha, sanyataha. So that's the important sutram. Sanyataha is the one. You get the ikaraha, sanyataha. So we use 7479 sanyataha, and finally we got that one in tripadi. Okay. Now, in fact, that's the answer which he gives in the dhatu vritti. Just to confirm again, is he says chikarishati, chikarishati. So we got the right form. Okay. So if you practice on your own, practice these. In fact, if you can go to dhatu vritti and go through all these sananta forms, you really can master them all. In fact, dhatu vritti is such a fantastic thing. You can master all lakaras, all the sanantas, then yang antas, nijyantas. It's a beautiful thing. Just in the first, these few lines, if you just try to follow what he's trying to say and, do that, it will be great seva of Sayanacharya and also the dhatu part also. Okay, so now for a practice, let's do the, okay, atra kechit dirghattam michanti, atra kechit. So here is some people, I'm just making this on my own, it's not pramanam, atra kechit, atrapi kechit, you can see, atrapi kechit, dirghattam ichanti. So here also some people say there should be the dirghattam, which is, this should be that vrutova, dirghattam ichanti, dirghattam ichanti. So we'll keep that as an optional thing, so if you happen to see that, we don't have to be surprised. So this is also ichanti. So in fact, here the sutram which we are trying to use is vrutova. That's the controversy. Okay, so we'll keep it like that. It's always a matter now of usage. How the shishtas use it. So this is where we have to go by that. So we'll get the okay. What happened here? I'm sorry. Sometimes this Google doesn't cooperate with me. They'll be noticing this. Google has a problem with Sananda Prayaga. They'll be noticing that with Google. There's a problem with Sananda Prayaga. Okay, maybe it's just me. All right. Iti dirghattam ichanti. Vruto va iti dirghattam ichanti. Okay. Then we'll get the second form, and we'll get what will we get? We'll get the chikarishati. Chikarishati. So we'll get ka rishati. Chikarish. Okay, I'm sorry. Chikarishati. Chikarishati. All right. Now, if you just dhatu kru for practice for us, okay. Let's see who wants. Let me get somebody else involved over here now. Let's Indu can do this one. Let's see. Try Indu. Indu, you want to try this one? Dhatu kru, Indu. You want to try it? Just as a practice. Kru plus sa. Are you there? Kru plus sa.
Yeah, I'm there. Kru plus sa.
Okay, the first thing here is the Uganta dhatu, right? So, Uganta, so in Nishedha by what? By 7 to 12.
7 to 12.
Sani graha guhoscha. That is so let's start with that. That's the difficult part, is the Sani graha guhoscha. We'll get the Sani graha guhoscha uggiti anuvartate. So that's one, that's the easy thing. We got idagama out of our way now. That's easy. Now the next thing is that what will be how about the guna? What can you do with that? Guna adeshaha. We have to go to 1 to 8, 1 to 10, right? So
yeah,
1 to 8, 1 to 10, and 1 to 9 is ecojal. Ecojal. We have an iganta dhatu. Definitely we have that because ayin rul ruk, rul ruk. And we don't have idagama, so jaladi san. So kitsyat. So kiniti chaiti guna nishedha. So guna nishedha is prapta. That's done. Once you're done with that, then you go to 6.4.16. And 6.4.16, and then get the ajjanagamam sani iti dirgha. So we get the dirgha. So now let's do that. So after all that, when we do all that, we will get krusa. So that was the practice for us. We get krusa. Okay. So we did for 7 to 12 in nishedha. Then we went to ikojal, ikitvam. Then that will stop the by kiniticha. It stops the sarvadhataka ardhatako gunaha. And tat paschat ajjanagamam saniti dirghatvam. Okay, krusa. Okay, now what's the next one, Indu?
Now we're going to do the Abhyasakari.
No, ruta dhatoho.
Oh, right. Correct.
Ruta dhatoho. So 71100. This is
100.
one of Anuji's copyrighted sutras, ruta dhatoho. So uran raparaha, right? Uran raparaha.
Kir.
So we'll get what? Kir. Kir sa.
Sa.
Okay, kir sa. So this we use 711 ruta dhatoho. Because there's no guna, so ruta dhatoho. Along with, of course, uran raparaha, kirsan. Tat paschat dritvam. So then what will take abhyasa now? Will be kirs, right? Because the ikara takes abhyasa. We take the kakara, the repa, the sakara, which is kirs, kirsa. So of course haladi shesha is going to come anyway, but it will become kirs, kirsa. Haladi shesha. Then we get the kuhosh chuho, and then we make it. This was 619, and then kuhosh chuho haladi shesha chi kirsa. Okay, let's take it so far. We got chi kir sa. Okay. Now what happens in the next step? So this we use, of course, the abhyasa karyani. Haladi sheshaha kuhoshchuho. What's the next step? Now when we go to the tripadi karyam, when we make it chikir sati, we'll get the halicha dirgha, correct? So,
Right.
Halicha, because what's happening is that we have this
Repanta
dhatu, because it is, the ruta dhatu, the ikara came, so dhatu's rukara, uran raparaha. So this repa belongs to the dhatu. So even though it's not in dhatu partha, the rukara sthane ikara raparatvam. Tasmat karanat dhatoho ayam repaha. This is the repa of a dhatu. So that halicha sutram, which we'll look at quickly. So it's a beautiful form. In this one word in the Gita, you got about 10 sutras, right? So in one single word of the Gita, you got about 10 sutras, which is, so anyway, halicha. So halicha is sutram, anuvritti of ro upadhaya dirgha ikaha. So halicha, dhatu ending in repa or vakaraha, followed by a hal, then upadhaya dirgha. So halicha dirgha becomes, now we're finally getting there, becomes, of course, we should only go there when we do get the suptingantam padam. So we'll put the final form like this now. We'll make it chi, kir, and then of course you'll get the adesha pratyayoho, chikir shati. So this one, in fact, let's do one more step. Let's make chikir shuh. Chikir shuh loka sangraham, right? Chikir shuh. So what we did was, we did halicha dirgha. After that, adesha pratyayoho. Okay, iti mudanyadesha. Now, how we get the ukara here? Instead of doing the tinganta, instead of doing lakara prakriya, we did dikranda prakriya over here. We got the shanasamsa bhikshauhu. Shanasamsa bhikshauhu. The uhu is a pratyaya which creates an adjective basically from these sananta dhatus, like pipasuho, jidnyasuho, mumukshuho. So same thing, we get sana shamsa bhikshauhu. Became adjective, you get the final form is, so we use 3 to 168, and then we can do something on so chikir shuho, so 3 to 68, and of course we do the suprakriya, And then after that, we can go to Tripadi Karyam. So 3, 2, 168, 3, 2, 168, and of course the usual Subanta Karyam, you know. So, okay, so that's the practice Chiki Risho. So please, so what we had Dhatu was Kru. First thing was because of the Tanigraha Guhoscha, it became the In Nishedha. Then after that, we got the Ikojal, Kitvam, Tasmat Guna Nishedha, Tatpaschat Ajjanagamam Saniti Dirgatvam, Tatpaschat Ruta Idhatoho, Ikaradesha Raparatvam, Kir Tatpaschat Ditvam, Kirs Kirsa, Aladishesha Kuhoshchuhu, Halicheti Dirghaha, Adeshapatyoti Muthan Adesha. So Chikir Sho. So it's a very good thing to practice. I hope you will catch at least some of these steps. So 8, 6, 6%. Okay, let's continue with the book now. Let's see what the next thing he gives in the book. So that was Dhatu Gru. Okay. Now same thing. This one is going to be the same thing. Gru. So if you look at the Kashika on the, this is all in the one sutram, you know, one sutram. So let's look at what Kashika gives. We don't have to go through all the steps again. We did enough practice. We can just see, because these are all very similar forms. What we did for Kru, the same thing is going to come for this Gru also. So if you look at 7 to Kirascha Panchabhyaha, if you look at these dhatus, okay, the dhatu is Kru, Gru, Jigarishati. Just like Chikarishati, Jigarishati, nothing special here. Because here only thing is that in the Gakarasya sthane, you know, Sthanantratamaha, right? So the Gakarasya sthane, Chavarasya Jakaraha. So Kuhoshchuhu will give the Jakara in the Abhyasa Bhagaha. So Ji, Ga, Ri, Sha, Ti. So same thing here. And again, Kechi Datrapi Dirgatvam Icchanti, to make it Jigari Shati Api. Keshanchit Mate. So it can become, you know, it becomes some Jigarisha. So nothing special, same thing. Okay, same sutram, Kirascha Panchabhyaha. Okay, next one he talks about is the Dhru. This is a typo in the book. Dhatu is Dhru. So Dhru is also the Kirascha Panchabhyaha. Dhring, Di, Dha, Ri, Sha, Te. Anything special here? No, nothing. It's the same thing here. Just like we have this one here, Jigarishati. I don't think I'm going too fast because this is the same, similar things. So with this Dhatu Dhru, we'll take the Idagamaha. It'll Idagamaha, so that stops the, okay, we'll do it. We'll put it in the document if you want. Didharishate. 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 So the Rishate. Ri, Shate. Okay. Also, first thing Kirascha Panchabhya. First thing Idagamaha, Panchabhya. So that Idagama comes. It is a dhatu ending in a ik, but iko jal. Jaladi san eva kitsyat. So this when so Idagama comes means no 1, 2, 9. Basically the same steps 1, 2, 9. Okay. So then that means you can now do the Gunakaryam Sarvadhataka Ardhadhataka Yoho Gunaha, then Uran Raparaha. Okay, so become what? Become Dha Ri Sa. Dha Ri Sa. Tat Paschat Abhyasa Karyam. Abhyasa Karyam, of course, the Dha Ri Sa, the Dhar will be take Abhyasaha. So you get, because that's the Prathama Ekacha Bhagaha. So it become Haladi Sheshaha, then Haladi Sheshaha, 7460, then Sanyataha, 7479. Finally, when you get to the Tripadi Karyam, you will get the Abhyase Charcha. These are all rules we have done before, so I don't think we have to go this over again. Abhyase Charcha. Abhyase Charcha. And of course, finally, actually that should be the last thing. Before that, Adesha Pratyayoho, Mudhanya Adeshaha, and then Abhyase Charcha. Abhyase Charcha. You can also, in fact, Dhatu Vritti, let's see if he even gives this form, because these are all similar forms. He may not give them, because this in the Dhatu means, Pani says Kirascha Panchabhya, right? Dhatu Patha Kramanusarena. It's as per the Krama in the Dhatu Patha, okay? In Kirascha Panchabhya. So he may not, let's see if he gives the next one here. Okay, Gru was given here. Did he give that form, Jigarishati? He gives a Jigarishati. See, Jigarishati. Kirascha Panchabhya iti it. Asya dirgha vikalpo na iti kiratau uktam. See, what he's saying is that, this is what I mean. If you have to read these books in order, if he says something before, he will not repeat it again all the time. Asya dirgha vikalpaha na iti kiratau uktam. We just saw dhatu kru, we did kirati. Kiratau, in that dhatu I already told you, asya dirgha vikalpaha na. Dirgha iti kiratau uktam. So anyway, he gave the jigarishati was the form, nothing special. Next one, he might give the form. Let's see if he gives. Generally, he's pretty kind. Sanacharya is quite kind. He gives us the forms. Drung, adriyate. So dru was left out here. In fact, this one is left out in the book, I think, dhatu drung. It comes in between, dhatu dru comes in between. And then he has not given the entire Kirascha Panchabhya in the Antoine Book. He's not given all of them. He's given only some of them. I think maybe the next one, Dring. So he says, Driyate ityadi adriyate itivat. Again, he will not repeat. Because just the prior dhatu was dhatu Dring, was became adriyate. Like adaraha, respect, you know. So Driyate ityadi adriyate itivat. So everything is the same what I told you before on the prior page. Okay. This is how we have to learn to read these books. They will not repeat. He'll give all the points. He'll not repeat. Here again he says, Adi darishate kirascha panchabhya iti it. So he will only thing here, of course, we'll get the dharishate, because of course dhatu, next dhatu is dhru. So you will get the abhyase charcha. So it will become di in the abhyasa bhagha, but di dharishate. That much he expects you to do on your own, okay? Because this small operation we can do on our own. Di dharishate. So I hope you're getting the hang of the dhatu vritti also. Dharishate. Let's continue with the book. Let's take the next form. So again, in the class, we limited amount of time in the class. Please practice on your own, and if you have any questions, of course, you can mail. Dhatu pu, smi, and pracha. Let's see where they are coming now. Okay, this is all in the 7 to 74, 75. Let's see. Okay, these two are coming. Smi and puing are coming in 7 to 74. And I think 7 to 75 might have the pracha dhatu. Kirascha panchabhya. Yeah, there is a lot of typos over here. There's a lot of typos over here. Let's see if he gives a better. Pracha nifsayam. Yeah, it is coming. You know, dhatu pataha. Okay, so here also this is the asya antasya anudatatvat it pratishedhe prapte. What is Nyasa commentary saying? The dhatu pracha was anit dhatu. Because let's go to quickly revise our list. That should actually be our first stop, because we should go to 7 to 10 and see, yeah, first stop is 7 to 35. Ardha dhatu ka shed balade. Then comes 7 to 10. Ekash upadesha anudata. Those two, we are assuming we are already doing those two. Okay, that's a matter of habit. Then only we come to the Vishesha Vidhanam. So here in the Chanteshu, Prachyekaha, there is only one dhatu ending in Chakaraha, which is the Ekacha and Anudatta. So it's Anit dhatu, Prachyekaha, single dhatu. I think that, to save some time, we did this in the class last time. Okay. Last time we already did in the class this dhatu. So let me just go back to last time the document. Fill it up. Pip prachi shati. So pracha plus isa. Because kirascha panchabhya in the list of kir etc. dhatus. So vishesha vidhanam idagamaha. So prachisa. Here one thing which is coming here is the see this 1 to 8. Okay, let's look at 1 to 8. What is 1 to 8 saying? This is in the list of dhatus 1 to 8. When you say 1 to 8, we talk about kitvam. Ruddha vida musha grahi sapi pacha samscha. This didn't say jaladi sun. It is sun pratyaha. Connection with these dhatus, ruddha vida musha grahi sapi pracha. It will be a kit. There will be no gunaha. Okay, so the guna operation is stopped. Now the next thing we are looking at is 6.16 samprasaranam. Samprasaranam, which is what, let's look at 6116. Samprasaranam means there are two main rules, 6115, 6116. What is Samprasaranam? Igyana Samprasaranam. Igyana Samprasaranam. So Vachi Safi Yajadinam Kiti, then Grahi Jahi, Grahijya, Grahijya, Vai, Vyadhi, Vashti, Vichati, Vrishchati, Prichati, Vrijyatinam Niticha. So these dasas will take the Samprasaranam, Pratyek Kit or Nit is following. Okay? So that's what's happening here. We get Samprasaranam 6116. The 6116 has Dhatu Prichati in that list. Is Samprasaranam. So let's go back to the documents. We got Samprasaranam means in the place of in you put the ik. So refasya sthane rukaraha. Maybe we can, you know what, let me do some intermediate steps over here. Let me take this down from last class and maybe just quickly for in 2 minutes I put some more details over here. Okay, so here we have, see, let's stop at this point. Okay, so let's put what we have here so far. So we got now Prichisa is what we have. Prichisa is what we have. So I think that ends this because there was no guna possible, nothing, and now got Samprasaranam Prichisa Idagama Vaikirascha Panchabhyaha Abhyasakaryam. So Abhyasakaryam, of course, we'll do the Urat, Uran Raparaha, Haladi Sheshaha, Sanyataha. Again, this should all now be, so this we use 6116. So when you do the Abhyasakaryam, we get P. Because what is taken the Abhyasa? Abhyasa is the Prathama Eka, it's a Prich. Prich will take the Abhyasa. Prich. Haladi Shesha will go. The Chakara Shalopaha. Tat Paschat Urat iti Rukara Sthani Yakaraha Raparatvam. Punaha Haladi Shesha Repasya Lopaha. Tat Paschat Sanyataha Akara Sthane Ikaradeshaha. So P that's what we had last time, because that's what we had the final form last time. We gave the P Prichishati. Piprichishati. It's hard to pronounce this one. Piprichishati. Okay, that's the Shati. Okay, so here we'll put all the steps over here now. So Haladi Sheshaha. Then we did the Uran Raparaha, Haladi Sheshaha, Sanyataha, and then finally, of course, the Adesha Patyayoho. So Piprichishati means Prashtum Ichhati, Piprichishati. I think we did that. Okay, if you want to check quickly, we can, let's see what Sarnacharya has to say. There's anything more than, did we miss anything? Always good to check, Always good to check if you missed anything, just in case you may have missed something. Okay. Okay, here it is. See now, first of all, we should be able to find out which line we need to go to. Okay, we finished the Lakara Prakriya. So this Pari Prichyate is the Yanganta form. So before the Yanganta must come this Ananta form. Okay, so that much you should be able to pick up from the book. So we are only concerned with this one line between here and here. That's the first job. If you have the whole book in your hand, so we should know which line we want to go to. After Lakara Prakriyaha Paschat. So Yanganta Prakriyaha Purvam. So before the Yanganta Prakriya and after Lakara Prakriya, Tayoho Madhye. So Sananta Prakriya Labdhyate, Prapyate. So Piprichishati. Kirascha Panchabhya iti it. Ruda Vida Ityadina Sanaha Kitvat Samprasaranam. Okay, I think this is what I didn't mention clearly, is that the sun has to be a kit pratyaya to get Samprasaranam. So that is what is clarifying. Because guna is not possible anyway, because pracha, there is no, the upadha is the chakara. So guna, gunasya praptireva nasti atra. Guna is not prapta. But we need the kitvam to get the saharanam. So ruda vida ityanida, sanaha kitvat samprasaranam. So I think we got it right. We didn't miss anything. So piprachishati. Okay. Let's see what the next dhatu you want to take in the book. Let's see. Okay. Now pu and smi. Pu and smi. Let's look at these two now. Pu and smi. Maybe we can get just the form in the. Okay. This must be in 72. Probably 7274. Okay. Smi and puing, they're both there. Okay. Smi and puing, they're both in here. So let's look at those. 72. Which one are we on now? Okay, 7274 will give us the answer. Okay, there may not be anything special for these besides idagamaha. See, in the Ajanta dhatus, only udru dantaihi, only long u, long ru, and some other dhatus, only those are set. Everything else is anit. Okay, so if this is not in that list, in fact, we can go back one more time and look at 7 to 10. Because first stop should be 7 to 10. So 7 to 10, let's see what all is given in the 7 to 10, I'm sorry. 7 to 10, okay. No. 7 to 10. 7 to 10. Yeah, this is the one. Eka Chupadesha Anudata, correct. Lagushindata Kamu. This is Udrudantaihi, Yauti, Rukshno, Shing, Snu, Nu, Kshu, Kshvi, Ding, Shribhe, Vring, Bhyancha, Vina, Ekacho, Ajanteshu, Nihataha. These are the only ones in the Ajanta dhatus which are said dhatus. Udrudantai, landing in long, so Ud and Rud, long U, long Ru. Then Yauti, Ru, Kshno, Shing, Snu, Nu, Kshu, Shvi, Ding, Shri, and Vring and Vring. These are the ones. So now we are looking at Pu and Smi, not in this list. So they are going to be Anit Dhatus. I should say they are going to be the Anudat Upadesha, the Anudat Upadesha Dhatus, Anudat Upadesha. So they will take the Nishedha. After that we have to come to this one, the 7 to 74. Which is the Vishesha Vidhanam. And that's going to say when the San Pratyaya comes, they will allow the idagamaha. So let's go to 7 to 74. So always keep that 7 to 10 on your wall somewhere. That list of dhatus. 103 dhatus which are hanantas, which are anit, and those few dhatus which are ajantas, which are set. So those are the set dhatus. Udrudanta is a set dhatus. Only those are set. Everything else is anit. I hope I didn't confuse that. So those that list of ajantas, those are the set dhatus. Everything else is anit. Okay. So now he says Smi, Puing, Ru, Anju, Ashu, Tesham, Sani, Ragam, Bhavati. So let's see Smi dhatu. Sma, Yishate. Sisma, Yishate. Sisma, Yishate, I think very straightforward. We can do this ourselves. So if dhatu Smi, we takes the idagamaha by 7 to 74. So what we'll get is that we will get Smi, I, Sa. Now here also 7 to 74, it is agamaha. Tat paschat, remove eco jhal. Eco is only jhaladi sankitsya. Doesn't apply here. So you're going to get sarvadhataka, ardhataka, yoho, guna adeshaha. So sme. Then of course you're going to get the echo yavayavaha. Echo yavayavaha. So sme, I, Sa. This is why, because 384 came, because no one to echo jal, because it's jaladi san nasti. Make that space. Echo yavayavaha. Echo yavayavaha. Make it sma yi sa. Sma yi sa. Now we can do the abhyasakara. Because the akara will take abhyasa. This is anekash dhatu, it's not ajadi, but. So, ekasho dve prathamasya. So, smai. So, smai. Now, abhyasakara, remember our rules in abhyasakaryam. we have one thing to look at, which is a sharpurva khayaha. That will not apply here. Because we do have sharpurvaha. We don't have a khai letter. Khai is all the hard consonant, the ka, pa, cha, ta, tha, cha, ta, ta, ka, pai. Okay. This makara is not a khai letter. Okay. So we do have sharpurvaha. We do have a conjunct. The conjunct has a shar. Shar means sh, sh, sa. So purabhagaha sakaraha shar vartate. Parantu uttarabhage khai nasti. It is not a khai. So what I'm talking about is that in the haladi sheshaha has a apavadaha. The haladi sheshaha has an apavada. We should always be careful of that one. Sharpurva khayaha. That will be 7461. Haladi shesha is 7460. 7461 will say sharpurva khayaha. So shar is there, but the khai is not there. So we go back to haladi sheshaha only. Haladi sheshaha. So we're going to get smai. So haladi sheshaha sakaraha vashishyate sanyataha. Sanyataha. So this was echo yavaya, which you did echo yavayavaha, goes 6178. Then we're going to get si sma yi shate. Sisma yi shate. Sisma yi shate. He desires to smile. Sisma yi shate. Of course, English is the same. Smi, smile is English, the same term. Sisma yi shate. So what we did was we used 7460 only, no 61. So that was it, because we don't have a khai, because the sharpurva khaya, because khai is not there. Khai is not there. Okay, so we got that, and then of course we use the usual sanyataha. Sanyataha. That's a trademark of the sun in the abhyasa bhaga. Sanyataha. And after that, of course, another usual, which is the adesha pratyayoho. Adesha pratyayoho. The sisma yishate. Sisma yishate. That's what the Kashika gave. So nothing, there's not really nothing that special in this one. Only that same sutram, which is smi ping. That's the 7274. That's the special rule which came here. Same thing with dhatu ping. What he's saying is the pipa vishate. The same thing here. When we have this dhatu pipa vishate, same steps. We have the dhatu pu. It is anudhatu upadeshaha. Idagama should not be there. Vishesha vidhanam. Idagamaha become pu I sa. So eco jal won't apply because jaladi sannasti sarvadhatu kardupe gunaha. Then do the echo yavayavaha. Same steps. Pa vi sa. Tat pashad abhyasa haladi sheshaha sanyataha pipa visa. Pipa visa. All the same steps. Only thing echo yavayava, you get the vakara au adesha in this case, and that's the only difference really. Thing is the same. Pipa vishate. Okay, so that I think completes that particular list for us. I think we did also. We did kru, gru, dhru, pu, smi, pracha. We got all of these. Okay. Now vrit, vridha, kripa. Anit in parasya padam and say it in atmane padam. Okay. Let's look at this. This is 7 to 59, 60 is what we're looking at. Now the first thing is that, is are these upapadi dhatus or what's going on here? Are these because he says anit in parasya padam, say it in atmane padam. Anit parasya padam. So this, look at this 1392. 1392. This is I think the last sutra 1.3. Very last sutra. We were the 1.3 after 1.3.12. Padavyavastha. Kutra atmane padam bhavati, kutra parasya padam vidhiyate. So that is vridbhya sya sanoho. Look at 1392. So they are going to take the 1392. Because this thing is talking about parasya padam, atmane padam. So Jutadishveva vrutadiha. Is Jutadi. Within that the vrutadi also comes there. Vartate. Okay. So vrutu vartate. Vrudhu vrudhau. Shudhau, and all these dhatus, these dhatus, krupu samarthye. So this one, vritta, vridha, in fact, let's see, there are too many typos in this. Vritadeha pancha, there are 5 dhatus, okay, there are 5 dhatus. So, in fact, let me look at the book. I don't want to make any typos. This one is good online, but it has a lot of typos in this online thing. So, be careful. So, 1392, let me list the 5 dhatus, which when followed by the Shya Pratyaya or the San Pratyaya is what this thing is saying. And what it is saying is that it's not the last, it's second last sutram in 1.3. Sorry, it's not the last sutram, it's second last sutram. One more after that. Luti Chakrapaha is saying next one. So they're saying that this Vrutu Vartane, Vrudhu Vrudhau, Shrudhu is another one, Syandu and Krupu Samarthe. These dhatus, Se Sanicha Parataha, Va Parasyapadam Bhavati. So Se Sanicha Parataha, Va Parasyapadam Bhavati. So these are actually Atmapadi dhatus, but when the pratyas, Sya or San follows, then they become optionally Parasyapadam, they allow that. They will take Parasyapadam. So that is the reason why we have these two forms. So that links into Sutram 7259, 7260. Let's go there now. 7259, excuse me, 7259, 7260, 5960. So let's go there. Na vridbhyash chaturbhyaha. Na vridbhyash chaturbhyaha. So gamer it prasne padeshu. The prior sutram, which we have already seen in one of the prior lessons, Gamishyati and all that, we have that. The dhatu gam, which actually anudhatu padeshu dhatu, so tato nisheda syat, but gamer it prasne padeshu. If you have pratyaya with sakara pratyaya, then you will take it prasne. So let's start from 7 to 58, 59, 60. As usual, the id vyavastha itself is the atraiva klesha vartate. This is the difficult part. So let us see. Okay. Let's start with 7 to 58, 59, 7 to. Right now we're looking at really 59. But Anuvritti is coming from 58, so let's start from 58. Gamerit, very, very famous sutram. Gamerit prasne padeshu. Why is it famous? Because dhatu gam is very common dhatu. So that's right. So gamer dhatoho sakaradehe ardhadhatu kasya prasne padeshu idagamo bhavati gamishyati and so on. Jigamishati. In fact, he has given jigamishati. Jigamishati will be the sananta prayogaha. Nothing really special. Dhatu gam, idagamaha gamisa, gamisa, dvitvam, gamisa, aladisheshaha, kuhoshchuhu, sanyataha, jigamishati. So now these are very straightforward steps for us, right? Jigamishati. So the next dhatu says, next sutram, not dhatu, next sutram, anantaram sutram, which says, na vridbhyaha chaturbhyaha. Now remember, don't forget our friend 1392. The 1392, there are 5 of them. 1392, there were 5. The last one was a dhatu group. There are 5 of them. Now this one is saying, Panini says, na vridbhyash chaturbhyaha. So vritadibhyash chaturbhya uttarasya sakaradehe. So this for any sakaradi pratyaya, not only for sun. Sakaradehe adhadhatukasya parasmai padeshu idagamo na bhavati. Okay, so the vikalpa was 1392. Parasmai padam va bhavati. Shya sanoho. And तत्पश्चात चतुर्भ्यः धातुभ्यः सकारादेः अर्धधातुकस्य परस्य पदेषु इड आगमः. The type word it should be idagama. Idagamo na bhavati. So let's say dhatu vrit. So first he gives us pratyas here. Then we want this one now. Vivrit sati. So something special. We don't have to put in document. It's very straightforward now. So dhatu is vrit. The pratyaya is sa. So we get vritsa. In here there is parasyapadeshu idagamo na bhavati. Become vritsa. So now vritsa, when we do the abhyasakaram, vritsa, haladish, I think this one we can do on our own now, right? So we can do haladisheshaha, urat, uranraparaha, sanyataha, vivritsati. So I think this we can now, if I'm going too fast, let me know. I think all this you've done before already. Vritsa is the only thing that is difficult here. Once you get in nishedha, abhyasa karya klesha nasti, haladisheshaha, urat, uranraparaha, haladisheshaha, sanyataha, vivritsati. Same dhatu vrid. Vrid is same thing. We'll get vivritsati. Look at the same form. You notice that? We get the same form with dhatu vrit and vrid because of the kharicha. Kharicha. You have all the same steps. Finally, we get kharicha. We will put this one dhatu vrit and or vrid. To get the same form, vrid, we'll get the same form. We'll get vivrit, vivritsati, same form. In the latter case, kharicha will apply. In the latter case, that kharicha will apply. Otherwise, all the same steps, kharicha. I think 8455, right? Kharicha, yeah. So kharicha applies. Kharicha will give vivritsati. Vivritsati will be the same form, kharicha. Vivritsati applies. Okay. All right. Let's go back now and see. Let's complete that sutram here. Okay. Then he goes on. Because okay. Prasnipadeshu ityeva. Only in Parasyapadam ityeva. Because in the remaining case, Devilta idagamaha can become here vivartishate. Vivartishate. Now when idagama comes, what happens? Becomes vrit, then isa. Vrit, isa. Now, Kartik, why was it no guna when there was in idabhava pakshe? Kasmat karanat puganta laguputasya gunaha na kriyate.
Is it a kit pratyaya in this case?
It has to be kit, but what? So we have to from 1 to 8 to 1 to 10 or 1 to 26, right? So 1 to 10 it says halantacha. Remember Sutram 1 to 10? Halantacha. So if you have ik samipad halaf parao, ik samipad. So you have the 1 to 10. 1 to 10 is saying that halantacha. Halantacha, let me just show that. Seeing that if you have an ik, halanta dhatu, the prior is an ik. So which in we have vrit, when you have vrit, takar and halanta dhatu, tat puram ik vartate. So ik samitad halaf paraha. So jhaladi, san kitsyat. So that's why when you did the in nishedha and prasyapada in nishedha, tatra san kit bhavati. Halantachya sutrena. Halantacha, so we have the vrit, which is the rukara is the ik, followed by the takara, which is the hal. Followed that you have jaladi sun. So that's why 1 by 1 to 10, there was the kitvam, guna nishedha. Maybe this is the important point that in 1 to 10, okay, 1 to 10 applied to stop our usual. In this case, Puganta Lagrupatasya. In fact, you know what? Let us see. Let's see if we can see what Sayanacharya has to say. Let's see that one. Dhatu Vrit. Let's see the Dhatu Vrit only. Vritu Vartane. Interesting Dhatu Vritu Vartane. Dhatu Vrit is what meaning Vartane. So if you don't know what Vartane, I mean, I'm laughing, but the idea is Vartane is a very common thing, Vartanam. Vritu Vartane. Okay, let's look at this one. Vartane. Okay, now Vritu Vartane. Okay, let's see what he said. Okay, let's start from here. Vivarti shate vivritsati. He gives both forms, first of all. vivartishate, vivrutsati. Okay. Now vruddhyasya sanoho iti va parasmapadam. We already saw that. This was 1392. The second last sutra in 1.3 is vruddhya. These 5 dhatus. They will take parasmapadam optionally when the pratyasya or son follows. Then vruddhya iti bahuvachana nirdeshe adyarthau agamarthe cha iti vrutu vrudhu this kripadina pishyasnor vapaspadam drashtavyam na vruddhyash chaturbhya iti sakarade adudukasya parasya padasya idabhave jaladehe san halantachya iti kitvat agunatvam. Okay, so this is what he's saying, is that the na vruddhyash chaturbhya, the sakaradehe ardhatukasya parasya pada parasya idabhave jaladehe sanaha halantachya iti kitvat agunatvam. Is what we said, which is what I said in Kartik right now, is that 1 to 10 halantachya, that's the word sutram vishtabhida agamaha. So and then he gives something from the bhashyam which we can probably skip. Okay. 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 So that we don't, because this is talking about something else over here. So we got that. Now when he talks about the Atmanipadam, when we do that, in that case we get the idagamaha, and then we get vivartishate, because here that 1 to 10 only apply when you have jaladi san. So we don't have jaladi san over here. So here we will do the pugan lukaputasya cheti gunaha uranda paraha. You get vartisa abhyasa karyam purvat abhyasa karyam purvat abhyasa kaladi sheshaha sanyataha vivartishate. Okay, so that's what it is saying. So let me put this in the document, which says vivartishate, vivartishate, vivartishate. So this we got the 7 to, what number was that? 759. Okay, 59, and then we used 7386. Because here we do not have this one, because that's only for a jaladi sun. So no 1 to 10. The rest of it is the same. Vivartishate. It's all the usual rules. Let's go back to the book, see what's the next thing he wants to do over there. So vrud. Now krup. This krup, you have to go to 7 to 60 for that. 7 to 60. It says, let's look at 7 to 60. The next sutra which you're looking at, 7 to 60. Tasi cha kripaha. So this dhatu krup, not only when you have sakaradi pratyaya, which has the ardhatuka sanya, but also dhatu tas. Okay, in all of these cases, prasnapadeshu idagamo na bhavati. So it says kalpshyati. So kalpshyati. That's not, sorry. Chikrupsati, and then chikalpishate, chikalpishate. So this is going to be similar to what we just did. So this is 7 to 60. So prasnipade in nishedha. So it become, just if we can do this chi. This thing. Okay, Rukara, right? So you get this font going over here. Tilda and U. Okay. Chikrip Sati, and when you get the Atmanipadam, Chi Tigunaha. Chi Kalpi Shate. I think got it. Chikripsati, Chikalpishate. In fact, you can also continue on this dhatu vritti. We can see, because it is going to be the anantaram dhatu. So vrittu vartane After vritu vartane, we can just check them here. We get dhatu vridha. So vridha is going to give the same thing, I think. Let's see, jeshtaha, varshadeshaha. No, he may not repeat that because he already gives the other. So he says vardhate ityadi puravatta. So he already gave puravatta. So he's saying the vardhate ityadi puravatta. So he will not repeat any of those forms. Because the prior dhatu he already gave vartate. So vardhate ityadi puravatta. And then let's see, maybe the next page he might give dhatu. Okay, kripu, here it is. Now here, chikripsita, prasthepadeshu, let's see if I can kriporodaha, chali kripase, kriporodaha, ishishta. So here you should have somewhere kripsa, tam, pakshe, ishishta, karaha, sampadyate. Okay, he may not even give an, okay, I think he might give down here. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me see if we can find it better in this book. I don't see it. He may not have mentioned it. Oh no, here it is given. No, he has it here. Here it is. Chiklipsa ityadi halantachiti sanaha kitvat na ganaha. So that is the one. Tatha yada links. Okay, halantacha. No, that is talking about the other one. Yeah, it's just this is the line, I think. That's the line that we start. Okay, let's see. We start from Ritu Vartane. Let me look in this other book because it's clearer to understand. Because this other book, he has all the things in bold and very easy to pick out. And this one which you're looking at, so I may have Ritu Vartane. Okay, Ritu Vartane is on page 235 of the Ramlal Kapoor Trust book, 235, Ritu Vartane. And Vridhu Syandu Kripu. Okay, says ityadi, chikripsa ityadi. Okay, he only gives that much. Chikripsa ityadi. Chikripsa ityadi. So that's he's given the chikripsa ityadi. Chikripsa ityadi. This is like a small type. This one saying this book is a little bit more typos than the other one. So he says chikripsa ityadi. See, this is what because it's chikripse. This might be a typo here. And because chikripsa ityadi halantacha tisanaha kitvat na ganaha. So that's what he gives, So chikripsa ityadi. Okay. He might be given, also might have given the parasaipadam chikripta chikripse. Okay, so that's, I think he's only given this short thing over in Dhatu Vritti, Chikripsa ityadi, Hananta Cheti, Itvat na Ganaha. Okay, now I think Kashika had given both the forms for us, so he gave Chikripsati and Chikalpishate. So in Parasapadam, when there is no idagamaha, that time we can use the halantacha. That'll be that's what this was saying. Halantacha. We'll get the gunanishedha chikripsati. Of course, abhyasakaryam. Abhyasakaryam here will be what? Again, we use the krip. We'll take kripsa. We'll take abhyasaha. So we take haladi shesha. We get kru. Here also you can use the urat. Urat is this ru varna. So that 7466 applies here off. This is a single dhatu which has this rukaraha in that, rukaraha. So here also we can use urat. Because that uhu, sutram urat, that uhu is from the pradipadikam is ru varna over there. So urat in place of ru varna comes the yakaraha. So we'll put that in document. So 6466 applies here also. 6466 applies here. So urat. and then haladi sheshaha. Sorry, no, not uran raparaha applies here. So uran raparaha, then haladi shesha. So when you do the abhyasaha, the kru will become kal by the urat, haladi, urat and uran raparaha. Urat, uran raparaha, and then haladi shesha. Tat paschat you can do, and after we get the urat, uran raparaha. After uran raparaha will come the sanyataha, and that will between will come the haladi sheshaha, and then comes the sanyataha. So one more time, the krup first do haladi shesha, the kru will become kal by urat and uran raparaha. After that haladi sheshaha. After that sanyataha. Of course, after that you also have to put in between the kuhoshchuhu. Kuhoshchuhu, we need that kuhoshchuhu to get the chakaraha. So chi. Now parasya padam is the in nishedha, so chikrupsati. Atmane padam, when we get the idagamaha, then then in this case we apply this one, the halantacha will apply. Halantacha, so 1 to 10 will apply. 1 to 10 applies in this case, just like before. And in this case, when we get the idagamaha, of course, because we don't have a jaladisan anymore, 1 to 10 does not apply. So in that case, that's why we get the gunaha. So become kalpisa. There, of course, same abhyasa karyam, kuhoshchuho, sanyataha, chikal pishate. Now all this came about from the beginning itself because of this sutram 7 to 60. So that's what started this whole thing. The 7 to 60, kripaha uttarasya tasehe sakaradescha adadhatukasya parasnipadeshu idagamo na bhavati. One more thing, this is kripaha. What happens is kripu is interesting dhatu. In dhatu partha, this dhatu is listed as kripu, not as kripu. Okay. Now, and then how will we get this lrukaraha then? So this lrukaraha actually comes because there is a sutram which says that, let me mention that also while we are looking. Krupo rolaha. So that sutram is krupo rolaha. Krupu samurtye, tuti chakrupaha, tasi chakrupaha. I'm surprised he's not mentioning it here. This 8 to 18. 8 to 18 is a sutram. 8 to 18. For dhatu krip, this r becomes r. So 8 to 18 is a sutram which says that refasya latvam. So it's interesting thing. It says ro laha. This is the refa becomes lakara. What it implies is that the rukaraha becomes a lrukaraha. Interesting way of saying that krupo ro laha. So 8 to 18 is, this ru becomes ru. So that's also we have to remember that ru becomes ru by 8 to 18 krupo ro laha. Okay, so that's what we are looking at now. The next thing let's see, where are we in the book? In the book we are at, so this vrid krup 7 to 59, 60. So we looked at that. Now kram and gam are set in parasya padam and it's in atmane padam. Okay. Now here also there are some rules in 1.3 which tells you when these dhatus become atma, because the dhatu gam actually is prasyapadi dhatu. But with certain upasargas, these might become atmane padam. So 1.3.29 and 38.42, there are some sutras in 1.3 which tell us, how this dhatu gam can become. So samaha, upasarga sam is there. Then gam, richi, prachi, some of these dhatus, they can take atmanepadam endings when the upasarga sam is over there. Okay, and also this is the dhatu kram will this will also take some atmanepadam endings. So these are the places how this becomes different. So 3:38 to 42 to 42. So these are all these different kind of meanings where dhatu kram also will start taking atmanepadam endings. So That's otherwise you're wondering how come this is taking both kind of endings. So 1-3-29 is one of Sutram with Dhatu Gam will start taking Atmanepadam endings, and from 38 to 42 with the Dhatu Kram. So Kram goes from 38 to 42. So they will talk like Upa Parabhyam. So when you have the Upa and Para Upasarga, it will take Atmanepadam endings and so on. So now what it's saying is that we already saw this Sutram 7 to 58. Look at it again one more time. Gamerit Prasnapadeshu, Gamerit Prasnapadeshu, Gamerit Prasnapadeshu, 7 to 58, Gamerit Prasnapadeshu. So what the Sutra was saying is that this Dhatu Gam, Gamer Dhatoho, Sakara Dehe, Adha Dhatukasya. So not only any San Pratyaya, any Sakara de Adha Pratyaya which has the Sanya of Adha Dhatukam, Prasnapadeshu, Idagamo Bhavati, and we saw the form Jigamishati. Nothing special. Gamisa, Gamisa, do Abhyasa Karyam, Kuhoshchuho, Sanyataha, Jigamishati. He says, next, he say that, Prasnapadeshu iti kim. What happened in Atmanepadam? Look at the example which he gives. He gives with the Upasarga Sam. Because that was the one which was causing that 1-3-29 was causing the Atmanepadam. It's Sam. Ji Gam Sate. Nothing special there also. Gam plus Sa. No Idagamaha. So Gam Sa. So Gam Sa takes Abhyasaha. Haladi Sheshaha. Kuhoshchuhu. Sanyataha. So Ji Gam Sa. And of course that only came Atmanepadam because the Sam Upasarga. So Sam Ji Gam Sate. Sam Ji Gam Sate. Sam Ji Gam Sate. So maybe I'll just put this one in the document. Is Jigamishati. Parantu Sanjigam Sate. Sanjigam Sate. So here, Sanjigam Sate, we have to really start from 1-3-29, Samaha. So this, after some Sarga, this takes us, right? And then after that, rest of it is easy. 1-3-29, what the Atmanepadam ending is. Samjigam Sate. Rest of it is easy. Nothing special. Samjigam Sate. So Dhatu Kram is a different rule. And maybe we can make for you last one for today, is the, I think it is 7 to 36, yeah, 7 to 36, a similar sutram 7 to 36. And what that one is saying is, let's see, for dhatu, this dhatu kram dhatu, 7 to 36, 7 to 36, let us see. Okay. 7 to 36. Okay, 7 to 36. Snukramoho anatmane padanimitte. Okay. It says niyamartham idam. Niyamartham sutram. So this snu and kram, dhatu kram, right? Because dhatu kram in dhatu pasha, it is already a udat upadesha dhatu. In nishida nasti eva. So idagama prapta. Idagama should be prapta. But it says anatmane pada nimitte. It will only take idagamaha when it is not the nimittam for atmane padam. Anatmane pada nimitte. So snu dhatu snu and kram. Snukramoho ardha dhatu kasya valadehe. So this is right after the 7 to 35. Ardha dhatu kasya valadehe. So this anuvritti comes down from there. Idagama bhavati no chet snukrami atmane padasya nimittam bhavati. Okay, when the atmane padam doesn't come because of the snu or kram, then only this idagama will take place. In fact, let's see. You're running out of time, or we're almost out of time. Okay, let me just quickly, maybe we'll take this next time. Dhatu kram, if you can read up over here, dhatu kram, because he will give the prakriya over here, dhatu kram. Okay, I thought we could finish this today, but maybe we'll do it next time. Dhatu kramu. So kramu pada vikshepe. Okay, let's see. It's easy, we can do it, otherwise we'll do it next time. Okay, dhatu kramu pada vikshepe. Okay, pada vikshepe. Okay, nalumata. Okay, here it is. Chikramishati. Chikramishati. This is parasme padam. So clearly dhatu kram is not nimittam for atmanepadam over here. So idagama, chikra mishati. Didn't give anything, but chikra mishati. So kramuk pada vikshepe. Now, so chikra mishati, dhatu kram, idagamaha, it's a said dhatu. It is not nimittam for atmanepadam. Kra, mi, sa. Kram will take abhyasaha. Of course, haladi sheshaha. Then kuhoshchuhu, sanyataha, chikra mishati. Nothing really special beyond that. On the next page, he might give the, you see, below, see, here he gives the parasya padam, okay? Chikra mishati he gave. He starts kramate, everything down here, kramate. So let's see, there he will give explanation when the kram is in atmanepadam, okay? Let me see if I can find it. Akramate bhanuhu, prakramate bhoktum, akramitum. This book is slightly, okay, here it is. Chikram sate, okay, chikram sate. See, this book is a little bit hard to find in this book. Chikram sate. So now what happened here? Because it was atmanepadam was coming. So therefore, it did not, because dhatu kram, it chikram sate. Says puro ityadav, purovat sanaha, iti atideshat, prakriti gatam eva, sanante api atmanepadasya nimittam, iti tasya krami nimittatvat idabhavaha. What is he saying? Because this thing says that, how come this, because, okay, last point for the day, okay. This is that this sutram is saying that snukramoho anatmane pada nimitte. The kram should not be nimittam for atmane padam. But now what Sanacharya is saying is that when you formed sananta dhatu, that's now a new dhatu. So the atmane padam or pospadam will come based on that new dhatu, not based on kram. So can we say that this kram is not nimittam for atmane padam because now sananta dhatu has come? He says no. Why? Because puravat sanaha. Don't forget that. Puravat sanaha. That, the sananta dhatu doesn't change the padam. It keeps whatever was there for shuddha dhatu, puravat sanaha. So the atmane padam did come because of kram only. Because sun is only keeping that same pada vyavastha, which was the shuddha dhatu. So kram really is the nimittam for apanipadam, even when the sun pratyaya is added. Because puruvat sanaha says that sun only keeps the same pada vyavastha. So that's what he's saying over here, is that puruvat sanaha iti atideshat means extension. Atidesha means extension, okay? Atidesha is extension. So whatever was the padam in the shuddha dhatu, same thing for the sananta. Atideshat, prakriti gatam, okay, prakriti gatam eva. Prakriti means what? Prakriti and pratyaya. So dhatu was kram, pratyaya, sun came in there, okay? Sun is the pratyaya. The prakriti in this case is the dhatu, So pratyaya comes to the prakriti, okay? So prakriti gatam eva sanante api atmane padasya nimittam. So this atmane padasya nimittam was prakriti gatam eva. So still depending on the kram dhatu only, because puruvat sanaha, it is only an ati adesh, atidesha, only an extension of that. Iti prakriti gatam eva sanante api atmane padasya nimittam, iti tasya krami nimittatvat idabhavaha. So therefore, so we can still apply what he's saying is that we can still apply this sutram. Snukramo danapane pada nimitte. When apane padam comes, purvasana is only an atideshaha. So kram is the nimittam for the atmane padam, which comes after sananta dhatu. So therefore it will stop the idagamaha. And therefore he gives the final form, he gives as chikram sa te. Because kram sa in nishedha. Atmane pada nimittatvat. In nishedha, kram sa abhyasa karyam haladi shesha kuhoshchuho puravat haladi shesha kuhoshchuho sanyataha chikram sa te. And of course, finally, you have to do the nascha pradantasya jhali anuswaraha, chikram sate. So this is the thing about this dhatu kram. Now, just to give you so where we are in the book is that with this dhatu kram and gam, We did that one. And then these anit dhatus remain unchanged before the sa. Simply is talking about this 1 to 9, which we've been doing all the time anyway, because when this the jaladi sun. So eco jal halantacha. Iganta dhatu for jaladi sun, it's a kit. Halantacha. Halanta dhatu preceded by ik for jaladi sun. It is also a kit pratyaya. That's what he means by being unchanged. Means guna karyam nabhavati. Pradesha nabhavati. Okay. Now we'll do this next time. I think all these we have already done this. There's nothing really special. Only thing here is this D G gowns. In the 6-4-16 there is a vartikam. Okay. That's the only thing that's new is this under 6-4 the ajjanagamam sani dirgha vidhanam tatra vartikam. There's a dhatu gam. That gum is only an adesha in the dhatu in place of dhatu e. So just look at this vartikam on 6-4-16. Okay. For next time. Everything, this all you should do on your own now for next time. Including the next page also you will do on your own. There's no new rules. We just practice. But I think, we can do some practice. It's good for us. So we will do this. We can, for this one, this Jigamishati, this one we already did. Jigamishati, we did Jigamishati. Some of these we have done, but we'll continue next time. Okay. Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramina Bhyata Nishachara Chamu Rama Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramascha Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhotame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame 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 Sasanama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Onnam Iti. Okay. Kartik,